Welcome everybody to the Offbeat Podcast, the podcast about music and everything in and around it. My name is Rick. Today we are joined by Sandel Garafa. And then over to my right we have Shannon Ortega.
We're here.
Let's talk about something that we were recently just talking about. Drake's new album. So, the thing that people are speaking of is, what the hell is this? What was Drake thinking about? Blase this, blase that. I think this was his experimental album, and not just that. This is right up Drake's alley. Meaning, I think now he's just doing side missions when it comes to music. He's been he has done so much.
Side missions.
Dude, he has done so much in the music game that it's gotten to the point where it's like, I could do this.
That's a beautiful, thank you for that.
Like, I think he has the
pull.
Yeah, I could do this if I want. I know that this may not work in the States, but all around the world, this is gonna bump. Yo, the clubs are gonna play the shit out of this, especially in Europe. They're gonna be so many remixes. They're gonna, you know how he's gonna be all over the world. So he knows exactly what he's doing. He knew that the United States was gonna probably react like this because they were thinking about some like rap but obviously he doesn't give a shit.
I didn't listen to the entire album. I listened to maybe like the first two songs, and it gave me not the exact vibe, but the style change. It gave me the Kanye's 808 and Heartbreaks Left Turn.
Okay.
Which Kanye's album was dope. Mm-hmm. So yes, it's left field, but it's kind of in Drake's lane. Mm-hmm. But I also think this is a money grab. Like, is this EDM? Is this considered EDM?
It's house music.
Right. So yes, kind of. Yeah.
Do you know what these house artists are making? They're pulling bags. So now, let's get in there. Listen, I'll venture to say this because we'll talk about Beyonce because Beyonce. Mm-hmm. I wouldn't put it past Kanye and Beyonce. Drake and Beyonce be like, hey,
little collab.
Let's change the game a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
I have
interesting.
I have a lot of thoughts on this. First of all, let me just come right out and say it. I love the entire thing. I think it was incredibly entertaining, and you might label me a Drake stan, maybe. Mm-hmm. But going back to the early days of like the So Far Gone album, right? Where he was like sampling whatever that whatever that Kanye beat was. God, I'm drawing a blank. Anyway, I don't want to derail too hard.
We need Eddie here for that, but
we do need Eddie here for that. The way I saw this drop, first of all, I saw like a tweet. It was like, hey, my such and such studio album is dropping at midnight, whatever. I'm like, I didn't know this was coming out. Weird. Yeah. Okay, cool. And I'm not going to be the guy who's like, let me stay up and listen to this. No thanks.
Not at all.
Whatever. I queued it up whenever I got to it the next day or whatever. And I didn't know what I was going to expect. I did not know. So the first couple of songs, I'm like, what is this? This is kind of like, different vibe. And then suddenly like a couple, the song called Massive, which is like a super, like it's got that 90s ass piano in it. And I love that shit. Flights Booked, another banger. Like there's a couple songs on there that I'm like, okay, I found home and I'm happy because it is digestible. It's easy to listen to. I don't have to worry about it. I don't have to analyze it like the way that we sat here and talked about Kendrick Lamar's album and how intelligent and artistic he is. This was not that. This is 1000%. Yo, I'm Drake. I can do whatever I want. I can put out whatever I want. I don't need to ask permission. And everybody's gonna play this.
Yeah, it's
everyone.
Yeah.
The end.
Yeah. To follow that is also. So let's say, for example, all of this, because there's a lot of hate going around this album right now.
Drake gets a lot of hate in general, though.
Yes.
True.
So I think this is just
Drake hate
added.
Well, that's
it's just it's like justified.
That's what I was gonna get. Is that they're saying, see, I told you this guy's this, and that's what I'm saying. It's like soft. They're fine, exactly. They're this is soft music, and it was like, guys, it's Drake. Like, I don't understand. Like, this is nothing that, to me, yes, this is a new sound, but at the same time, I could see him doing this very easily because whenever he likes any type of music, like it happened with reggae and the whole Jamaican vibe that you have for a little bit.
I mean, he's got like every album. I feel like he's got at least one, like the one with Thames on CLB. He's got so many songs that have that like Afro, like like island type vibe.
The guy just loves music and he likes to experiment with music. When he did the song with Bad Bunny, he singing Spanish. Right. It was like, what the fuck is this? Like, I didn't know.
Got a lot of plays.
So so
they're the same person.
Exactly. So he just likes to make music and experiment. But yeah, I think this was a good look for him worldwide. Who cares about what the locals say? But I think worldwide it was
this speaks to, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off. I think this speaks exactly to what Eddie was speaking about when we were talking about how so many people had like a very narrow take on Kendrick's album. Mm-hmm. Oh, West Coast influence, this doesn't sound anything like what we were expecting, et cetera, et cetera. Mm-hmm. And to me it surprises me. It actually surprises me that people would think like, oh, Drake, yeah, hip hop. Okay, yes, but also he's like iconic pop stars. Like he's beyond hip hop at this point, right? Like he's featured on so many like pop tracks, bro. Like, oh, let me just drop a couple bars on this poppy ass song that's getting played on the radios, right? Like you could fill him in. Like I got Majid Jordan.
Yep.
Right. I got a lot of like vibes from them. I'm like, okay, this seems very similar. I got a lot of Chris Brown vibes from this album. Like he's just filling that gap, right? We haven't had a drop from Breezy in a while. We haven't had a drop from what's his face? I guess Bryson Tiller's not poppy. I would say more Chris Brown. Definitely checking that box real nice with that like club vibe. And I just don't get the narrow-mindedness of people to think like, oh yeah, Drake is soft. Like he's getting that bag. What are you gonna do about it? Yeah. I mean, really.
Exactly. I think because he was put in the hip hop genre.
Sure.
Which I don't think he is. I think he's just a pop star.
At this point, right?
Not like
maybe
a traditional,
initially,
not like a traditional pop star, but like a contemporary pop star. Like it's a weird.
Yeah, and that's the thing, that term has a negative connotation. It makes you, you're a pop star, so now, like you said, you're soft and you're justified to do all this stuff. But go ahead, yeah, I get it.
I think the people that are talking bad about this Drake album or Drake in general, they just weren't fans from the beginning. Once he started singing, they're probably just like
Drake's been singing, man.
He's been singing. Like I said, but I didn't listen. I listened to maybe like first one or two songs, but based on like everything I've seen online, everyone's saying it's H&M music. Yeah, I'm like, people are still gonna bop to it.
Yeah.
If it catches on overseas, he'll make more money with it catching on overseas than it catching up here in the domestic.
Yeah. Like I know we have an open-minded take. It appears, and I can't speak to the masses, right? I can't speak to the crowds who are that narrow focus, like hip hop purists, like we were speaking about. And that, on the one hand, sure, like I get it. I get that maybe you feel like there's a little bit of purity to the art. Sure, whatever. If that's what you want to think, fine. But like from the way that I see this, I go, okay, here's a guy who's year after year continued to produce content. Like he really hasn't made you wait very long before a drop. Year after year,
solid drops,
bangers.
Too. Yeah,
exactly. I'm like, what has this guy not delivered? Right? Like, always comes out with stuff like, oh yeah, no, actually, this is
like
pretty good.
Summer bangers.
Yeah.
Yes.
And he always releases it around this time.
Yes. Yeah. And I'm always like, thank you. And then so this comes out, and I'm like, all right, yeah. And then real talk, I've played this album quite a bit. Outside grilling, mowing the lawn. Yeah. I get down with it. I don't like every song, but like most of them are bangers. And it's funny because last time when Shin was on, we were talking about house music and how much I'm like, I kind of dig it because it doesn't require you to think about it. It's just like,
it's just a vibe.
It's just a vibe. Thank you, man.
It's
get mad.
Absolutely.
I'm still curious about I think there's a collusion between Beyonce and Drake.
Yeah,
maybe not directly. Because Beyonce released a similar album.
Right.
I haven't listened to any of them. From what I've heard, it's very similar. So
Yeah.
the conspiracist in me,
Okay.
there's got to be something there. Whether it be like from like management or I don't know, or coincidence.
It can't be because it's Drake and Beyonce.
And it's like back to back, pretty much.
Yeah, and it's the same
within a
type
couple
of
days?
style, type of music. So what I'm guessing happened is somebody at Drake's camp was like, they were probably chilling. It was like, yo, Beyonce's dropping next week. Let's make an announcement. Let's get our shit out there. Just to get our shit out there first. I don't think, because there was also talk about this, about maybe he heard that Beyonce's making a dance music. Let me make a dance album before. But I was like, nah, there's no way he made this album now before.
Right.
Because
Right.
I think he had it on, just on hold. He heard Beyonce's coming out. I was like, all right, let me throw this shit out before.
Didn't he wait for Donda to drop to release CLB? Like, I feel like I forget exactly how that worked. Of like,
I don't remember.
I think so. There
was like a who's gonna drop first, who's gonna drop first, who's gonna drop first, and then the moment Donda dropped, he was like, boom, here's CLB, like immediately. So because he's Drake, right? So if I were him, maybe I would do that because like clout, I'll do whatever I want.
But that's what I'm saying. That it's when you're in that, it's just Drake, Kanye, Beyonce, those type of guys.
What you get one name people?
Yeah, it's competitive. I don't want to say competitive nature. It's just, oh shit, what you got? All right, let me see guess what I got too, and they could do that. Even if it's a bad album to some people, what they say, it's a Drake album, it's a Kanye album, it's a Beyonce album. So it's just.
I'm curious to see what this does for the music scene in general, because let's say this catches on.
Mm-hmm.
Let's say The Weeknd comes out now with.
Yep.
Because this could be up his lane, something like that.
I mean, yeah.
Bruno Mars. Like, who knows?
Mm-hmm.
Now they're going to this house style. Be hilarious.
It would be hilarious. He said, sorry, he said Bruno Mars, and I got happy real quick because he's a talented dude. He's a talented dude.
This style of music is. Remember that song? I think it was like 2011. Whoop on Gangnam Style.
Yes.
That took over the world.
Oh my God! Yeah.
It's the same style of music.
Listen, again, to Shin's point about vibrations, right, and rhythm and movement. Like, there's a reason why it's always the same. Like, that's the baseline for a lot of house music.
Yeah.
You're gonna get that 4 on the floor. You might get a slight deviance from that, but for the most part, you're getting that thing right in your chest. And
She said.
Shannon, how inappropriate. Xander, Drake, since I met you, or since you put me on a Drake many years ago, every year consistently this guy's been releasing music, and I've always wondered, like, okay, of the people that are at his level, I can't think of a person who releases as much music as Drake does. So to your point about Beyonce, like the house album that he had on deck, and oh, by the way, Beyonce's dropping this, let me drop my shit. He's probably had these things in the hopper for like, I don't know, a year and a half, 2 years, right? Just like, yo, let me just record this. Because it seems like this guy's always releasing stuff like constantly. And so that means that there's like an investment of time, right? Like I have to, like I've spent this time in the booth, I have all this stuff on deck, like Michael Jackson, all the unreleased shit that he has.
Right.
I mean, there's something to that. There's something to being so proficient that you're just always at the ready, regardless of what season it is. I have music to suit every nation.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's he's at that phase in his career that he can pretty much do whatever he wants. Like he hit the charts.
Yeah.
He got all the records, the Grammys to show it. It's kind of just like.
Yeah, it's
whatever.
like when he dropped his R&B album. People were like, "What? This Drake is doing an R&B?" It was full R&B.
I saw this. I saw.
Which one are you talking about?
It was more of a mixtape. I have to look for it.
It was all R&B.
Yeah, it was pretty much R&B.
It had Marvin's Room in there.
I gotta double check. It's an old one. I gotta double check. But
Don't talk about Mara's room, please.
JoJo does the
It's a
best
nerf.
rendition.
I remember don't
JoJo. I met JoJo before.
Did you really?
I did. But someone posed this question, and since we're talking about Drake and how he reached a level of stardom, a lot of people get excited about like their people, their fans, and they start calling people legends or icons or whatever.
Sure.
Where would you classify, and I want to ask about different artists, where would you classify Drake? Is he a superstar, an icon, or a legend?
Wow. This is a great question. Man. Okay, so wow. So again, that's in hierarchy. So like pop star, superstar.
Superstar, icon, legend.
Okay, legend being the premier.
Legend is like Elvis Presley, Michael Jackson, top tier.
I mean, at this point,
do you have to be dead to be? Because if you have to be alive, then he is. If you could be alive, what I meant to say.
You think he's legendary?
I
don't think you have to be dead to be considered legendary.
If that's the case, then yes, Drake is a legend. Because I mean, what exactly makes you a legend? I'm pretty sure Drake has hit all those check marks.
Yeah.
In my opinion, because more than likely the music sales, so that's got to be up there. The amount of albums, that's up there. So the amount of money he has made, so all this stuff, it seems like he's checking it off. Unless there's something else that would consider you a legend. Because I think he's like #1 in Billboard hits. Then he broke some record.
He puts so much music out.
That's the thing. Like his just total output is so high, and I think on that alone, like he gets a lot of check boxes. Like I get like the fangirliness of being like, Drake is a legend, like. But at the same time, it's like, okay, let's dissect it. Does his work speak to that? And I believe it does. Like just based on the number of shit that he's been featured on. My God, like it's ridiculous. Do you need a hit? Yeah, let me just call Drake real quick. We'll just drop one real quick bar on this, and then boom, instant banger. Just having that one little thing. Your song could be trash, but if you got a Drake verse on it, you're gonna get way more listens just purely based on the fact that you got a feature on it, right?
I think to classify someone as a legend would have to be, obviously hit certain milestones, but also the impact that they've had to the culture or to their genre. So I think he's there. I don't think he's did he reach his top? Did he hit his prime already? Is he past his prime? Where's he at?
I feel like he's
only been doing it for what, 15 years?
Man.
Less?
No.
10, right?
No, he's more.
That can't be.
Dude, he came out.
I think it's like 13 years.
All right, so the first time.
Let's get the data.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to get because I don't know like as far as time. But the first time I heard him was with Trey Songz. A replacement. This was still about either late 2000s, but it wasn't 2010 yet.
Right.
So I'm gonna double check.
Okay.
So why you look that up?
Yep.
So what we're saying is that is on the level with Michael Jackson, Elvis Presley, Prince.
Yes. I don't have a problem saying that, and because of this, right? If I take Kanye West or Jay-Z, right? Hip hop titans, like hip hop royalty.
I think they're both legends.
I will give you that. But where Drake is set apart a little bit is that he is a little bit more palatable to the mainstream audience, whereas Jay-Z or Kanye are a little bit more still heavily influenced in the hip hop lane, right? And so like Drake, to the earlier point, because he's been like featured on so many just like happy ass pop songs, like he just has more worldwide appeal, right? So like that Michael Jackson energy of like, even though Michael Jackson's music was quote unquote pop music, right? Which what even is that, right? Originating in like R&B and soul music, but that transcended that into icon, pop star status, legendary status, right? When I think about Michael Jackson I always think about that. I get it wrong. I think it was Budapest, where it's like an ocean of people, and this guy pops out, and then he just stands there for like 10 minutes. It feels like, and then people are just dying. They're dying. Just like, cannot believe. And he's not doing shit.
He's standing there. That's all.
Can you imagine, bro, having that much power, like just wielding that? Like, what? Granted, he wasn't wielding it per se, but like,
He was.
He was just like basking in that, bro.
Yeah. I don't think there'll ever be another celebrity to have that type of sensationalism.
I would agree with you.
Because back then, now, if we want to see what Drake's doing, we just go on Instagram.
Yeah.
See what he's doing. Back then, there was nothing. Like, in order for you to hear or see Michael Jackson, he either had to be in the news or you had to go to his concert. And that's why people were fainting. They're like, I don't think that'll ever happen again.
Yeah. I might agree with you. I might agree with you.
By the way, 2006 was his first mixtape, Room for Improvement. It's almost 17 years now.
Wow. That's
So when did So Far Gone drop? Because that's like that was the first time that I was like, oh, Drake.
it had to be 2009.
Because that was like a mixtape before it became like an official like album drop.
2009, So Far Gone.
Okay, 2009.
And that was pretty much the mix I was talking about. That's pretty much all
right in that area.
Pretty much almost R&B.
Take Care came out 2011.
Oh man, Take Care.
That was a great one.
There's so many good albums.
Drake makes Instagram
2011,
captions music.
Yes, 2011.
So many captions.
Yes.
I'm like, oh, that's a nice caption. And I'm like, wait a minute. That's
good.
That's a Drake song.
Yeah.
That's good.
Yes.
Yo, can we talk about girls who put song lyrics under pictures? What does that mean? I'm sorry, did it unnerve you guys? Wow. I feel like every time I bring up like any kind of like female related topic, it gets real quiet up in here.
I think it's hilarious. I'm just trying to think of.
Love talking shit.
I'm just trying to think of what song lyrics come to mind right now because I see it all the time.
Yeah.
But nothing's coming to mind as far as
Like,
lyrics.
Real talk. I'm gonna keep it real. I've been known. Back when I was going through heartache, I might have shared some song lyrics over a picture.
That doesn't count. When you go through heartache, everyone's a little bit crazy during heartache. They don't think about this. They don't think the same.
Wait, you're talking about the caption or like on the picture?
Okay, either a picture of words as the post, or a picture of like a, you know, like one of these, and then like lyrics under it. You know
That had nothing to do with the picture.
Nah, exactly.
Oh boy.
You know how, let's like a little bit of thirst trapping.
Lately, I've seen guys doing that too. Does it excuse it if it's rap lyrics? I don't think so. I don't think so.
Somehow worse. I don't know. Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah.
I think it's funny because it's always a picture that either one has nothing to do with the lyrics or a blatant thirst trap.
See this is really what I'm speaking about. Let me post myself up on the gram with like no clothes, but then let me post like a very motivational, like, oh, you know, if you're not first, you're last. Ricky Bobby. Wow. Talk about
All right, Ricky
quotables.
Bobby.
Thank you. Thank you. Sorry.
You know, nothing comes to mind right now, but I'm sure if I go to my Instagram right now, I'll see a ton of it.
Yes.
And man, listen.
Let it go, man. We're here. Unpack
A
it.
lot of people lack originality. And
Buckle up for this one.
what I've noticed lately is that I'm gonna say women, but it goes for everybody. But for what's in my mind now, it's women. There's a lot of women that want to be like different and original by doing whatever, but they're all the same. Like, they'll talk about this next girl that's posting a thirst trap with lyrics, but like 2 weeks from now, they're doing the same thing. I don't know, man. It's just a lack of originality.
You're spot on, man. You're
And
spot on.
one of my best friends is a lady, and I be bringing this up to her. We have hilarious conversations because I'm like, listen, walk me through this. Like, what's this? Like, you see this picture? Like, I think it's stupid. What is it? And she'll be like, she's looking for attention. I'm like, well, that's what I thought.
Sure.
But like in their mind, they think now I'm posting this picture of my butt, just looking back.
Yeah.
It's just hilarious.
There's a subreddit called Not Like the Other Girls. I highly recommend it. And it's
Reddit's such
just a lot of basic. I'm special, but I'm not.
Basic.
Yes.
Basic is the.
See, here's it, Xander. I'm gonna let you take the wheels after this, but here's all I have to say, ladies. You don't need to do anything extra, right? And granted, like, and we've spoken about this. I know we talked about the whole Kim Kardashian. Everybody's trying to look the same. Yada yada yada. The way that I see this is, if you're attractive, you're attractive. Everybody knows you're attractive. You don't need to tell us or remind us that you're attractive. Thank you very much. You're attractive. But like the extra stuff, like the thirst trapping stuff, is such a like low-hanging fruit type of bullshit that I can't stand, bro. Because it's like, okay, Instagram model, like, gonna get featured, gonna get liked, gonna get mentions, gonna get this, that, and the other, and it's purely because you're literally naked on the internet.
Facts.
What else do you got?
You know, this is my
Xander, help me out, bro.
this is my take on it. It might get real deep.
Being real quiet, Xander.
I think what it comes in.
That's all I gotta say.
He's over there. He's taking it in, man. I think, in my experience, I didn't want to say it.
Let's hurt some feelings.
Here we go. The moment you've been waiting for, guys.
No, it's because it's a girls' competition. It's their own sport.
Yes.
They have their own sport. Is how am I going to get attention more than this next? And it has been happening but now is they have a platform. So
False validation.
Right. So
I'm a psychologist. I know this.
Right now, what I'm seeing is that this is just my personal opinion on this, is that a girl's and a camera is a girl's therapist in a way. You put a camera on a girl and she will open up the way she will never open. She would start wearing things and showing it. And it's like she thinks she's not really showing it to anybody, but in reality, we're all seeing it because she's gonna post it afterwards. But it's just a phone. And when I say a therapist, there's not literally a therapist. What I mean is that they can become themselves in front of that phone, but they won't do that same shit if it's in front of other people. They won't show their ass or pose the way they pose, but since it's a phone and it's not real, they feel like they can just be themselves and just have this different personality with it.
I agree. I think the root of all that stuff is they need validation, whether it comes from Instagram likes, people sliding their DMs, whatever. They need to find a way to feel good, because maybe they don't feel good. Maybe.
Okay, let me flip the script. Do we like validation as men? Do we like to feel like what we have to offer is of value?
I think yes. I think that's natural.
Yes.
But there's a healthy way of doing it.
Yes.
Yeah.
Is there a healthy way on Instagram though?
I don't think so.
No.
Exactly.
No.
Right. It's just nothing but bait constantly.
Yeah, because it's like, you could, I don't know, hey, Rick, nice watch.
Yeah. Thank you.
I could say, right?
Right.
Or you could be like, hey, Santa, what's up? Oh, Rick. It's like, wait, what's going on? So, like, we don't need that. Like,
That's
let me
so
just,
good.
right. So, and I think that's what's happening. It's like, these girls, every time they have a chance to slightly show some ass, man, they take it. And then it's like you said, something about nothing to do with your ass, but your ass is the main. It's like the main attraction. It's like, what is? Why?
I think the perfect example of where you see that is if this goes for guy or girl, let someone go through a breakup, what's gonna happen on their Instagram? What's their Instagram look like?
Yeah.
Because they're going through whatever, but they're gonna go on Instagram to get that validation. Like I've seen women that have started posting more, and I later find out that they're going through a breakup or a divorce, whatever, and I'm like, I knew it. I knew it.
You could always tell.
Yeah.
There's so many
It starts with music lyrics.
Yep.
Yes. Yes.
It starts with music lyrics.
Passive aggressive commentary.
Yeah, it's usually bashing the dudes.
Yes.
You know, bashing men.
Guys ain't.
Yeah.
All that.
Independent women.
Yep.
I don't need no man.
I'm doing
Girl
what I can
summer.
for me and my kids. I don't need no man. All that stuff. And listen, I get it. Like, you go through stuff, you handle it the way you can.
Yes.
But see a therapist. Don't go on Instagram or social media.
Not your phone. A real therapist.
And don't go to the next person, because you're just going to bring all that baggage over and you're going to start in the same mess.
Brother, man. That is...
You just see
Shannon speaking some truth.
See a therapist. Yo, why
Speaking some truth, man.
See a therapist, man. That's probably the most underrated
Facts.
thing out there. But because we're on social media, man, we see all these motivational posts. I want to be great as them in the
Oh, man. Right on. Yes.
Yes.
Thank you, Shannon. Oh my gosh. Wow. This is, guys, I tell you what, I could do this all damn day, because this is highly entertaining for me, because here's the thing, right? And I will speak for myself, and you guys feel free to chime in. When it comes to relationship stuff, or like men, women stuff, like there's so much like obfuscation. There's so much bullshit that gets in the way of like the real. And we don't often have the opportunity to have these like discourse between men and women for real. Cause like for me as a dude on the internet who's just constantly being fed just garbage. The internet just doesn't care. Like the amount of garbage porn accounts that are like watching my stories. Oh, who's this? Oh, it's a porn account. Or like the amount of DMs that I get from like, hey, check out this. Oh, another like trash, garbage. It's infuriating, right? I'm not asking for that, but there it is, right? This is the internet, right? The internet is this, and it's like, what do I do for likes? And I can't speak to. Damn it, I'm going on a rant, guys.
Go ahead, man.
We're there. Hurting feelings.
Going off beat.
We are going off beat. There is a culture of, and obviously there's a lot of data behind this, but like the need for validation, as we were speaking about, Shannon. Okay, taken to the next level of, okay, I only get validation from the internet. I don't get any validation in real life. Thus, I'm going to put everything on the internet so that I can feel alive, so that I can feel like I'm important, so that I can feel like I'm special, right? But then like the real life counterpart of that is what? What are you left if you put it all out on the internet, right? What's left? That like, okay, if I'm going to date you, you got all this up on the internet.
Facts.
Like, what do you, what's left for little Rick? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like what, like,
Yeah.
I don't know, man. I'm not talking shit. I'm speaking to like the disease part of
we're
it.
talking shit.
But like, it's not a woman thing only, because there's a lot of dudes
a lot of
who are
dudes-
just
Yeah.
guilty.
But we're just speaking on women right now. But yeah, you're right.
Yeah, like, so that is the thing I'm really trying to call out, is the need for like, I want to feel like I'm worth something, right? And how do we do that in a healthy manner? That is hard to do.
I'll give you a real life example of how you can kind of get trapped in that. Recently, they have this thing on IG stories of ask me anonymous questions. So I'm like, let me do it. You know, I've seen people doing it. Hilarious. So I go on there and I get a
Yours
variety.
have been pretty hilarious, by the way. I've enjoyed watching them.
I got a variety of them.
You sure did.
The ones that I didn't post are wild. I'm not going to get into it here, but hilarious. But I can easily see if I wasn't like if I didn't feel validated, like if I wasn't comfortable with myself, I can see how that can give you a high, and you want to look for it more.
Yeah.
So I think the real issue is identifying why. I mean, not the why. I think it's easy to go on the phone and get validation because it's right here. Just take a picture, post it online, 1,000 people see it within minutes. So I think the real thing is like you need to understand the why behind it and like target that, because it is. Listen, I got wild messages, bro.
Stay tuned for Offbeat After Hours, where we're going to be going through Shannon's anonymous messages. That is coming.
So I could see why, you know, and I'm a regular old overweight guy. So imagine if Hottie McGee with the BBL gets online, and then you got every thirst trap McGee responding, "Oh, you're beautiful." Like, and then the crazy thing is that they soak it up.
Yep.
They soak it up, and I've seen it happen from the perspective of, like, I have several friends that are women, and I've seen, like, one of my favorite things to do is like, yo, let me see your phone, let me see your message requests, because dudes be wild.
Dudes are wild.
So it's the funniest thing. Like, I'm like, let me see what people are saying in these. And listen, guys, do better. Do better. Stop with the God bless you, ma. Stop with the unsolicited dick pics. Stop with the showing a picture of money. Like, there's a lot of that. I just lost track of what I was saying, but
Brother, I can't. Of the things that I hate, right? And this is, and I both blame attractive women for being attractive. Sorry, it's not your fault. But also dudes who do too much. Because you are empowering these women to continue to do bullshit. Not us. Y'all need to stop. Because it's just like, oh, you're hot? Let me give you all the attention that I have. All of it. All of it. Yes.
Big simp
Cannot
energy.
stand it. I cannot stand it, dude.
But on the other hand, though, is the women that eat it up. So my thought process behind this: you have Joe Schmo that's sliding into DMs saying, "God bless you, ma. Hope you're having a beautiful day, ma."
Yeah.
He's probably sent 20 of those on a Tuesday and got 3 responses. So for him,
He got
he's
that
winning.
shit on you know you can do like autocorrect. You type in like 3 letters and
Yes,
it
he has
spells
a
out a
shortcut
sentence.
for it.
Yes.
So like, obviously, it's got to be working for somebody if it's a legit numbers game.
It's like sales.
But it's trash. It's trash. And then for the
gosh.
listen, women, I will say this, and guys probably will beat me up. Guys are crappy, man. A lot of guys are crappy.
It's true.
That's all I'm gonna say, because I'm not gonna rap on us. But guys can be crappy. I mean, you have 3 guys here that are not crappy.
I mean,
I can be.
I have tendencies.
I can think of crap. No, but back to it, because it's very easy for us men. Like you said, we're here speaking about women. Like, we have a platform, so we can actually do this. And it's not necessarily talk shit about y'all, even though we are.
It really feels that way.
No, yeah. It's just, we're trying to figure it out as to why.
Well said.
Even if,
Why what?
why the validation, like, why is attention
Daddy
a drug
issues.
to y'all?
Daddy issues.
It has gotten so. It has gotten so. But of course, you know, it's one of those things that since we have a phone, like I said, the phone now allows you to do so much. Like you said, right now, a girl could be like, I feel down. Let me take an ass pic. Post it, 300 likes.
Yep.
That's, all these, hey, damn, wow, you look great. Damn, I wish I could do that, blah, blah, blah. So, but if it was in real life, you start, you know what, I feel down. Let me put something crazy and go outside and take a walk. And you get catfish.
Yeah.
People are like, oh my God, what is going on? All these guys are so this and the other. It's the same thing. It's digitally now. It's not real life people saying all these things in real life, because I highly doubt girls will wear what they take pictures with and walk around. Well, some do actually,
Some
but
do.
a lot of these girls, I don't think they will wear what they wear online now comfortably. I've seen it.
They'll be uncomfortable.
Yeah, I've seen it.
It's always. I'm not gonna get into it. I was gonna say something, but I'm not gonna.
Oh my God.
They be wearing wild stuff. We went on a tangent here.
Yeah,
we should probably reel it in,
hey,
guys.
girls, come at me today. If you got some, just come at it. Come with
It's
the,
true.
come with the counters. Come with the shit talk. We could take it. No problem.
And I mentioned daddy issues. Guys have daddy issues too. Don't get it twisted.
Absolutely.
But daddy issues are shown differently in guys than it is in women.
Yes.
Also fact. Yeah, we could actually, that would be, you alluded to this when we were talking about Kendrick, Father Time. I've listened to the Kendrick album repeatedly, many times over, and that particular song is incredible. But man, does it hit some nerves. It really does hit some nerves. We'll save that for another time.
Yeah.
Guys, thanks so much. This has been amazing. Highly entertaining conversations. I could do this all day long. Ladies, if you want to be on the podcast, go ahead and hit up my boy Xander here. I'll go ahead and drop his IG right in the description and right here underneath his face.
You can continue this conversation with a lady on here.
No, yeah. Next guest is gonna be a female. Next guest.
We know women. We just don't know women who want to be a part of this shit
You need
show.
a strong black woman.
A strong black woman. Whoa. Yes, I can get behind that.
Ethnic woman.
Or in front. Sorry. Moving on. Guys, thank you so much for reel it in. Thank you. I need a second.
Take it.
Thank you guys so much for watching. We really do appreciate it. And thank you for listening. If you're listening on the audio only version of the podcast, you can find that on anchor.fm/The Offbeat. And of course, you can always find us on youtube.com/Ricky Digital. Anyway, Shannon, thank you again for being a part of the pod. We always appreciate it.
Thanks for having me.
I guess till next time.
All right.
We'll see you guys later.
Peace.
Peace.